The council chamber was quiet, too quiet, and shadows stretched across the walls as the leaders and advisors took their seats. A cold tension filled the room, heavy enough to make every breath feel like a struggle. Outside the massive windows, the stars shone. Indifferent to the fear within, reports had arrived only minutes ago, and they were worse than anyone had feared. Scouts had detected a fleet approaching the border. Alien ships unlike anything known before. Their size alone was terrifying, and their weapons could obliterate entire colonies in moments. Whispers moved like a wave through the chamber. Worlds destroyed, planets turned to dust, civilizations wiped out. The council members stared at the holographic table, its light flickering across their anxious faces. No one wanted to speak first, for words might make the fear real. Suddenly, a new signal appeared on the scanners. Different from any alien code, the council froze, eyes wide. As the data revealed its source, humans, elite human warriors, were arriving in the system. Shock rippled through the chamber, some unable to hide their disbelief. Humans here, they cannot possibly fight against that fleet, whispered one counselor. But the readings did not lie. The fleet was real, and it was heading straight for them. The humans moved with speed and precision that even the council's fastest ships could not match. Their weapons glowed faintly, signaling the readiness to engage at any moment. Everyone in the room felt it, a mix of hope and dread. Outside, the fleet entered orbit, massive silhouettes casting shadows over the planet's surface. Council members pressed closer to the viewing panels, their hearts pounding. These were not ordinary humans. These were warriors trained for the impossible. Legends told of human strength, courage, and tactical genius. Yet no one had believed they could face an alien armada. Ships maneuvered with perfect coordination, dodging energy blasts and scanning for threats. Every movement was deliberate, silent, and deadly. The council could see the terror that their enemies must feel, though none dared imagine it fully. Minutes passed like hours, and then, small skirmishes began in the outer orbit. Alien scouts attempted to strike first, but the humans were faster, striking with precision and disappearing before counterattacks could land. Explosions lit the darkness of space, but no panic came from the human side. It was a dance of death, and the humans led every step. The council could not tear their eyes away. Even the oldest members, who had survived countless wars, were pale and silent. It became clear humans were not just soldiers. They were a force unlike any the galaxy had ever seen. The chief advisor finally broke the silence, voice trembling. They are beyond what we expected. Stronger, faster, and smarter than any alien threat we have faced. Another member leaned forward, whispering, "We may be witnessing the start of a new era, whether we like it or not." And as the fleet continued to position itself, ready for the battles to come, the council realized they had only seen the beginning. The humans' arrival was not just a warning, it was a challenge, a promise of power and terror that would change everything. Outside, the stars continued to shine, but inside the chamber, every heart was gripped with fear, awe, and anticipation. The dark warning had arrived, and the galaxy would never be the same again. The silence of space was broken by sudden flashes of light. Alien scouts had dared to strike first, testing the human fleet, and the council watched in shock. Energy beams streaked across the darkness, aiming to destroy, but the humans were faster. Moving with unmatched precision, ships twisted and turned as if they could anticipate every attack, and one by one, the alien scouts were destroyed. Explosions lit the void, yet the human formations remained perfect. Unshaken by chaos, the council leaned forward, unable to look away, their faces pale with awe and fear. Even seasoned generals whispered to each other, their voices trembling. "Is it possible for humans to fight like this? We thought the aliens were unstoppable," one muttered. The human ships moved like shadows, sleek and deadly. They struck at the heart of the alien attack, disabling weapons, tearing through defenses, and vanishing before the enemy could respond. Every movement was calculated, every strike precise, and it became clear this was not luck, it was mastery. The council could see the terror spreading among the alien fleet, confusion replacing their usual cold aggression. Alien commanders shouted orders, but their ships were scattered, unable to respond to the human speed and strategy. The battle became a display of human brilliance, courage, and ruthless efficiency. Some council members could hardly breathe, unable to comprehend the strength of these warriors. As the clash intensified, a massive alien frigate moved forward, hoping to crush the human fleet. Its weapons roared, shaking the surrounding ships, and council members gasped at the sight. Yet humans did not panic. They did not retreat. Elite squads maneuvered around the frigate, striking weak points with synchronized fire. The ship shuddered, sparks flying, and then it was torn apart in a brilliant explosion. The council watched in disbelief. A single human strike had destroyed a ship larger than anything they had seen. The aliens' confidence was shattered, their formations crumbling, and fear began to replace aggression. Meanwhile, on the planet below, scouts reported strange signals from the humans' ground teams. Warriors prepared for the next battle, moving silently across the surface, unseen, unstoppable. The council could only imagine what these soldiers could do on land. Their technology and tactics beyond comprehension. The humans' arrival had already changed the balance of power, and it was only the first clash. As the last alien ship retreated, the council members exchanged tense glances. The humans had proven their strength, their skill, and their determination. No one doubted now that they were a force unlike any other. The council realized that this was not just a fight for survival, it was a demonstration, a warning, and a promise. Outside, the stars were still bright, but the void felt different, charged with energy and fear. The humans had arrived, and their presence had already rewritten the rules of war. The council members knew they had witnessed something extraordinary, something terrifying. As reports continued to flow in, the room remained silent, except for whispered questions. Can the aliens recover? What will the humans do next? The first clash had ended, but the war was only beginning, and everyone in the council chamber felt it. The galaxy would never be the same. The council chamber was filled with whispers, tension hanging heavier than ever. Every holographic display showed the aftermath of the first clash. Alien ships burning in space, human formations still perfect and untouched. The leaders could not believe what they had just witnessed, their minds struggling to process the speed, power, and strategy of the human warriors. How can humans be this strong? One counselor whispered, shaking slightly. They are supposed to be weaker than the alien threat. Nothing we have can match this, another added, voice tight with fear. Some council members argued for caution, fearing that the humans' presence could provoke more attacks. Others saw hope in their arrival, yet even hope carried a weight of uncertainty. What if the humans turn against us? What if their strength is too much for even us to handle? A senior advisor asked. The room was silent for a moment. Every member lost in thought, the fear of the unknown filling the space. Outside the chamber, humans had begun landing on the planet, their ships descending silently. Elite squads moved with precision, scanning for threats and securing positions. The council watched through the viewing panels, hearts racing, realizing that the humans were not only powerful in space, but deadly on the ground as well. Reports came in of small alien patrols trying to escape, only to be intercepted and destroyed. The humans' movements were like a storm, quiet, deadly, unstoppable. Inside the council, panic began to grow as they compared the humans to the alien threat. This is not just a fleet, one member said, eyes wide. These are warriors unlike any we have faced. Stronger, faster, smarter, and completely fearless. Others nodded, realizing the truth. Humans had changed the rules of war. Even the most seasoned generals, who had faced countless battles, felt unease, a chill running down their spines. Messages arrived from distant systems, reporting rumors of humans' previous victories. Entire alien battalions had been destroyed with precision strikes, systems liberated without major loss. The council could hardly believe it, yet the evidence was undeniable. What kind of force are we dealing with? Whispered one member, shaking. The answer was terrifying, a force beyond imagination, a force that could crush alien fleets without effort. The council argued late into the night, trying to plan their next move. Some suggested forming alliances with other species, others recommended evacuation. Yet all of them understood the uncomfortable truth. Humans were not ordinary, and any misstep could be fatal. The chamber felt smaller as the weight of their fear pressed down. They had seen a glimpse of power that could not be ignored. Meanwhile, humans continued their operations with quiet efficiency. Tactical squads secured strategic points, scanning for alien traps. The council could only watch, helpless, as these warriors moved like shadows, controlling every battle, predicting every enemy action. It was clear that humans were more than a fleet. They were a force of nature, unstoppable and unpredictable. The council realized that hope and fear were now inseparable. Humans had arrived, and the galaxy would never look the same again. They had brought terror to the aliens and awe to the council, and no one could say what would happen next. The council chamber remained tense, the stars outside cold and distant. Every member knew that the first clash was only the beginning, and deep in their hearts, they understood one undeniable truth. The humans had changed everything, and no plan, no alliance, no strategy would ever be enough to ignore the power they had just witnessed. The sky above the planet burned with fire as the aliens launched their deadliest attack yet. Massive energy beams tore through space, and monstrous alien war machines marched relentlessly toward the human positions. The council watched from the chamber, their hearts pounding, unable to look away. Every strike from the aliens seemed unstoppable, yet the humans did not flinch. They moved with calm precision, forming defensive lines that seemed unbreakable, their weapons glowing with deadly purpose. The first wave of alien war machines fell almost instantly, shredded by human firepower. Explosions lit the horizon, but the humans advanced steadily, not a single one faltering. The council could hardly breathe as they watched, their fear growing with every passing second. This is beyond anything we imagined, whispered one advisor, trembling. Aliens that had terrified entire star systems were being destroyed with ease, their confidence shattered. Ground troops reported seeing human squads moving through the battlefield like shadows, their weapons fired with pinpoint accuracy, disabling alien machinery before it could even attack. Even the largest alien monsters, creatures designed to inspire fear, were felled one by one. The humans fought with a combination of strength, skill, and intelligence that no one could match. The council realized that this was not just a battle, it was a demonstration of absolute dominance. The alien fleet, once confident, now faltered, confusion spreading among their ranks. They attempted a retreat, but humans anticipated every move, striking at the rear and cutting off escape routes. The council watched in awe as alien after alien fell, their monstrous screams echoing across the planet's sensors. It was a display of terror and precision that left no doubt humans were unstoppable. Even the most experienced council members, who had seen countless wars, could not comprehend what they were witnessing. Meanwhile, in the orbit above, human ships maneuvered effortlessly, dodging attacks and striking with devastating force. Alien capital ships were torn apart by coordinated volleys, their fleets scattered in panic. The council realized the humans' presence was more than protection. It was a warning to the galaxy. No alien army, no matter how strong, could stand against them. Reports came from distant observation posts. Humans had disabled entire alien communication networks. Alien leaders were forced to retreat and regroup. Fearing further destruction, the council exchanged anxious glances, understanding that the humans' arrival had shifted the balance of power entirely. Their fear was mingled with awe, and no one could deny the reality before them. Humans had become the ultimate force, terrifying beyond imagination, yet brilliant beyond expectation. As the dust settled and the battlefield quieted, humans stood among the ruins, calm and unyielding. The council could see their efficiency and discipline even from afar. It was clear that nothing would ever be the same. The humans had arrived, and their presence had sent a message louder than any words. Terror and awe spread through the chamber like wildfire, and the council knew the galaxy was witnessing a new era, an era in which humans were no longer just participants. They were legends, warriors who could face any threat, conquer any enemy, and the aliens, once feared, had learned what the council had always suspected: humans were beyond imagination. The council chamber remained tense, hearts still racing. As they realized the next battle was coming, the humans had shown what they could do, and the galaxy would never forget. For the first time, the council understood the scale of power they had invited, and with that understanding came a new fear, the fear that nothing could challenge the might of humanity. The council chamber was silent, heavy with awe and relief. Outside, the battlefield had quieted, alien forces scattered, and human warriors standing tall, unbroken. For the first time, the council could see the humans up close, their presence commanding respect without a word. They moved with calm authority, their armor gleaming under the planet's sun, their eyes focused and unwavering. The chief human commander stepped forward, projecting a sense of quiet power. The council members stared, unsure if they should bow, speak, or remain silent. "This is not a conquest," the commander said simply, voice steady. "We have come to protect, to defend worlds that cannot defend themselves." No one questioned the words, for the aura of strength made them impossible to ignore. The council realized the truth. These humans were more than warriors. They were symbols of hope, legends made flesh, capable of changing the fate of entire star systems. Reports from scouts showed that human squads had neutralized alien strongholds, secured key systems, and saved countless lives. Every planet they touched would remember their arrival, and every alien they faced would fear them. Discussions began cautiously between the humans and the council. Alliances were proposed, plans drawn, and strategies refined. The council could not ignore the power these humans wielded, nor the wisdom in their approach. Even the most skeptical members began to see a future shaped by human presence. A future where fear was tempered by hope, and chaos could be challenged by order. As humans prepared to depart for other threatened regions, the council watched silently. Ships rose into the sky, engines humming softly, and formations gliding with deadly precision. It was clear that this was only the beginning, that humans had more battles ahead, and more victories to claim. Yet the council understood they had witnessed history, the birth of a new era. Stories of the humans' victories spread across star systems, carried by scouts, traders, and observers. Legends grew with every retelling, each battle becoming larger, more incredible. The council knew the truth behind the stories. Humans were unstoppable, terrifying in power, yet honorable in action. No alien army could stand against them for long, and no council in the galaxy would ever underestimate humanity again. In the council chamber, members reflected on what they had seen. They had faced fear, watched legends in motion, and survived to tell the tale. They understood that the galaxy had shifted, and that humans were now at its center. The arrival of the humans was not just a battle won or a fleet defeated. It was the beginning of a new era, an era of heroes, warriors, and hope. The humans had changed everything, and the council, and the galaxy, would never forget. As the last human ships disappeared into the stars, the council members remained, silent, thoughtful, and forever changed. They had witnessed warriors more terrifying than any alien, and they understood the scale of power humanity had brought. The dark warning had ended, the first clash was over, and a new chapter in the galaxy's history had begun. Humans had arrived, and nothing would ever be the same.